Yes, my friends, I've been secretly working on a project now for the last few months, and today I am proud to announce I finally launched my website, BlueLionsFC.com. I want this to become a daily part of your Chelsea fix. Get your news updates, match build-up and coverage, analysis, opinions, and everything we talk about our club all in one home. But to launch this properly, I'm running a prize giveaway. To enter this giveaway, you'll find the details on the About page, and this is a secret prize with a value over £200. To enter, use the lineup builder, build your predicted 11, export it, post it, and tag me. So hit the link below and try out BlueLionsFC.com. Chelsea fans, Enzo Fernandez to Real Madrid takes a major twist. This afternoon, we have some big updates on Garnacho, Chalobah, plus a very special Mexican wonder kid. So you guys know the drill. Let's try and get over 1,500 likes again for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's break down today's latest reports. We got to start things off by discussing the latest reports surrounding Alejandro Garnacho, because AS Roma have asked for information for our Argentinian winger, and this comes courtesy of Italian journalist Alfredo Padula. As he says here, in the last few hours, there has been a request from AS Roma to ask for information for Garnacho, and in regards to this information, they're hoping to strike a loan deal for his services. Now, I have been saying it for a minute, you guys, but my prediction's always been I could see us loaning out Garnacho. I feel like he is more likely to attract a lot of loan interest compared to transfer bids right now. I think teams would want to see a bit more consistency from him. And if you're Garnacho, I think you would probably enjoy the fact that you could find consistency at a club like AS Roma because of one man and one man only, and that isn't Gasperini, their new manager. Now, this guy did phenomenal work whilst at Atalanta, and he really put on the map many attacking players, most famously Lookman, who was in a very similar-ish situation when he found himself playing in the Premier League. So I do think that for Garnacho, you can't really say no to Roma. It's quite obvious that you aren't in the club's long-term plans, and as I've been stressing for a while, listen, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon and just like stick it on this guy, even though I did see those ridiculous dreads that I nearly had up in this video, but then I had to take down to not offend you guys' eyes. But the thing with him is that he has this, and listen, he has some of this. Let me correct myself, because at least he is a player that finds himself in these positions. He knows how to arrive, he knows how to affect the game, he knows what he has to do and where he has to be. The thing he doesn't know, though, is how to pick the right decision. He is still very raw, and I think the issue that he's faced is that for the last 3 years, he's only known inconsistent minutes. 1 week he's playing, the next week he isn't. And I think at this age, when you're so raw, you need to be at a club where you're afforded that time to grow. Where if you have one bad game, that doesn't stop your chances of playing the next game. It just disrupts your rhythm, your momentum. And the only way for a player like Garnacho to hit the potential that I think he does have, I'm not saying he'll go all the way, but he has big potential, is to go somewhere he is set to play. And I do think maybe Serie A. And working under Gasperini, who will hone his attacking instincts, that's the best for all parties. We still control the player, and he either comes back a better player, or he's worth the money that we invested on to begin with, because let's not forget, we owe a sell-on clause to Manchester United. So we need to make at least 40 million. So listen, a loan fee plus having his wages patterned, that's the best we can hope for this summer for Garnacho. You man, share your thoughts and opinions on the story, because now we're going to break down the breaking story of today. Enzo Fernandez, Real Madrid, and of course, the twists keep on twisting. Now, I'm excited to show my website and Blue Lions FC. Of course, you guys, you know where the link is. Check it out for yourself. But Real Madrid today came out with an official statement, and they deny completely any interest in Enzo Fernandez, as they say, in light of reports and the statements that have appeared in recent days, like it's not been recent weeks or months, come on you guys, regarding an alleged interest in Madrid for Enzo. The club wishes to state that no effort has been made, direct or indirect, Madrid's wishes to express its utmost respect for Fernandez, a great footballer whose career and quality are widely known, as well as for Chelsea FC, our favourite feeder club. Now I'm playing with you guys. A club which we have an excellent institutional relationship of just taking their best players. Besides, because of the respect that an entity like Chelsea deserves, because we don't want to ruin like a long-term thing here, and because of the principles of our institutional loyalty that have been governed by the actions of Real Madrid. This is some great lawyer talk, I'm not going to lie. We want to categorically deny speculations that are unfounded and do not correspond to reality. Madrid regrets that despite the clarity of the facts and lack of any action on the part of the club, information continues to be disseminated that does not correspond to reality, and that only contributes to generating confusion among fans and unnecessarily harming the entities and harming the people involved. So Real Madrid are coming out saying, listen bro, it's not happening, there's nothing here. But it does kind of contradict everything we've known about this story for a minute now, and it contradicts all this talking that we've seen from his agent in Javier Pastore. Now, he was recently interviewed by AS, and in that interview he revealed quite a few things. The most notable, interesting thing though was that Madrid aren't the only club that have asked to stay in the loop, and we know this, you guys, we do know this. There's 3 clubs right now. One is Paris Saint-Germain, the 2 other clubs, Man City, but let's see how strong that interest is now that they've just bagged Ellie Anderson, and the other club is Arsenal, who have always asked to remain in the loop for someone like Enzo Fernandez. Bro, imagine if Enzo found himself playing for Arsenal. Listen, in my FM save, he always ends up there, but that's when I've listed him, when I've got everything I can get out from him. Let's kind of get that right. But they are like the only clubs that can not only afford the wages, but afford the type of transfer fee. And Javier Pastore does show acknowledgement towards that. In my opinion, I'd love if he goes to Paris Saint-Germain so Madrid don't get the guy they want. I think it'd be the perfect upgrade to Fabian Ruiz. Listen, for me, if PSG step up, they can fund this move, they can make it happen. And I think Enzo would make the move there because it's obvious that he wants to leave us. As Pastore says, he's done well over the last 3 years, but it comes a time where you have to follow the player's path. And if he demands things the club cannot get, which is giving him the wages he wants or the ambitions, then you look for new solutions. Of course, we know that Pastore has also been helping him engineer a clean exit. We know that he's been having regular conversations and meetings with Real Madrid as well. There must be something going on right now, or maybe, and this is my own personal speculation, they're getting wind that there's a bit of a tapping up thing going on, and they need to calm things down before we start to kind of, you know, send some threats legally against Real Madrid's approach. That could make the best sense to protect all parties, because for me, man, as I've been saying, I don't think this move is going to happen anytime soon. This could go right to the ends of the window. That's what I'm predicting right now. In the meantime, Madrid, they need to kind of create funds, they need to make some money, and they're doing that at the moment. Players like Nico Paz that they were able to kind of buy back again and then sell. They've recently sold a talent to Bournemouth and Alvaro Rodriguez for nearly 30 mil euros. They've sold Munoz, who they earned some money from as they had like a sell-on clause deal with Osasuna to Liverpool. They're set to exceed at least 100 million in sales, and there's more players they are hoping to essentially sell. Going back to my website, one of the players that could be on the market is Aurelien Tchouameni. Now, it's been confirmed by Ben Jacobs and many outlets now that Tchouameni could be available for around 82 million euros, around 69 million pounds. If someone like Tchouameni is available in this market, one of the best holding sixes you can buy in the world right now for that price, bro, it's giving me those same comparisons from when we signed Makelele, when he was kind of just undervalued at the wrong time at Real Madrid. Are they about to repeat the same mistake again? Because I think Madrid need a holding six if they want to find a balance for all these offensive players they have at their disposal, right? But again, a sale could help raise the funds for a move for Enzo Fernandez. For me, man, it's quite obvious that Madrid, they don't want to do anything that jeopardizes themselves until they can raise the transfer funds, until they can find moves for players. They've been offering Camavinga. Man City was a club that they offered him to recently. There was talks about maybe Juve and Inter Milan exploring loan terms, but they need to earn big money for big sales. And the reality is you can't find a balanced midfield that's going to have Valverde, Bellingham, Goulet, Tchouameni, a new signing in Enzo Fernandez and Camavinga coexisting together when the main stars of Real Madrid's are going to be those attacking players. Let's keep things real. And they set up those ambitions for Michael Elise. So listen, for me, I'm not expecting this. They need to protect themselves. I don't think that things are fully over just yet. We've made things abundantly clear. We want 120 mil for his services. That is more than fair. You look at this market, yeah, and you're seeing crazy offers going for guys like Morgan Rogers, going for players like Elliot Anderson, for God's sake. I still can't believe that he's costing record money for his services. This is someone that should be going for maybe 50, 60 in my opinion, yeah? When these clubs can command fees of this value, then we are within our rights to want that 120 mil up front. And even then, compared to Elliot Anderson, I think Enzo Fernandez is a better player. He's offered more. There's been more goal contributions. He does more things tactically in midfield. He's a leader. He's a World Cup winner. If Elliot Anderson is 120, for me, Enzo Fernandez is at least 150 M's. It really is that simple for me. So listen, man, let's watch this space. Let's see what happens. As I'm stressing, Madrid are just protecting themselves. I think it makes the most sense from their position. Let them kind of create a situation to raise those funds, because they need to raise some serious funds right now. And personally, I also think that if they decide to sell before they sign someone like Enzo Fernandez, if they sign Enzo Fernandez first before they sell players, it just undermines the amount of money they can receive for players they're hoping to move on. Because then clubs will know, well, they're there for the taking because they have to sell, they're forced to. They need to drop the wage bill, an unsustainable amount of midfield players in that squad. If they want 82 million for Tchouameni, well, we're going to place our bids at 70 mil. And we're going to see what these guys are really saying. So Madrid know they have to avoid all of this because they need to raise the funds for some mega money moves. So listen, man, I don't think it's completely over. And I'm curious what Pastore is saying, because I think there are other options just outside of Real Madrid. It isn't just them exclusively. Let's wait to see what PSG do. And let's see what Arsenal do, as they're in the market for someone of his profile. They've been actually making attempts for Bruno Guimaraes. A lot of twists are going to come with this story, yeah? So you guys, make sure you, man, are locked in with me on BlueLionsTV, because now there's something I want to get back into. And you guys, man, in my description below, make sure you guys check out the launch of my new website, Blue Lions FC. It's been in developments for a minute. It's been quite hard as well to you guys, I'm not going to lie. It's not the easiest thing to get done. A lot of things have to get tweaked and fixed, but I want to say shout out to my incredible website designer for making this vision come to life, man. I've been meaning to do this for years. I'm excited about how things look. Make sure you guys check out everything I have on offer, especially the lineup builder, because that's the thing I want you guys to get used to and interact with. And another big thing I want you guys to get used to as well is participating in my prize giveaway, because I'm not here to give you guys some meaty, club shirt. I want to give you guys something substantial. So you'll find everything you need to enter below on the giveaway landing page on my website. Yeah, man, I'd love to get you guys' feedback, because I'm still looking to improve things and revamp things as time goes on. You guys know how I do my thing, yeah. So yeah, I'm curious to know how you guys find it, and I'm really excited. In the meantime, let's discuss some developing updates surrounding this Chelsea star. And Trevoh Chalobah's future is seemingly set to be in Serie A for next season. Now, at the moment, Como and Inter Milan are really advancing for his services. And we know that Trevoh Chalobah's agent has gone to Italy right now to have discussions with Inter over personal terms and wages. Now, Como placed a second bid for Chalobah. That was 28 million euros plus 2 million in add-ons, but we are holding firm. We want 35 million fixed fee, and Serie A champions are now circling. So let's see if Como have wasted their chance to kind of place an offer and make things happen. But at the moment, Trevoh's agents are in Milan talking to Inter over personal terms. So this has to force a reaction from Como if they are serious to get this move over the line. Now, Inter Milan have been interested in Chalobah for a minute for the last 3 years, and they think this is a great opportunity for them to finally sign a long-term target and a long-term player. Now, Kivu has requested Chalobah, and he's seen as a linchpin for their defense for next season, which could shift Akanji to playing as the inverted right back, and I guess he'd be the replacement for Bissek if he does get sold as well. So, yeah, man, Trevoh Chalobah, I'm just kind of preparing myself for exit. I still personally think it's a mistake. I just think with this guy's character, the tactical versatility, bro, I can really go on, yeah? I really do think that this is someone you keep in your squad, because this could be the guy that you'll keep deep into your 30s, that you'll always rely upon no matter what. Because he has been one of our most reliable, consistent players, yeah? Over the last few years, ever since Thomas Tuchel gave him his first breakthrough. When that move for Koundé fell through, Chalobah ended that season with 3 goals, with his first goal coming against Crystal Palace with that goal outside the box. Listen, I'm happy for Trev that he's respected so much in Europe and big CL clubs want him. And I'm accepting that he'll be in Serie A next season, and I think maybe Inter Milan would be the one I go to because of the history, the likelihood to win a Scudetto, and to really just kind of be a mainstay in one of the best defenses in Europe. So that's the latest currently surrounding Trevoh Chalobah, my friends. But now we're going to end things with some interesting transfer target news. And we are learning reports of our interest being re-explored for this Mexican wonderkid. Now, he's currently shining in the World Cup. I'm sure you guys know him already because I discussed Gabriel Mora back last year during October when reports first came out expressing our interest over the player as we were watching him and scouting him heavily. Reports are coming out suggesting that big Prem clubs now are very serious about Mora. This news report comes out from a Dutch outlet, so all this talk of media briefs, man, it's not coming from one outlet or from the same country. You know, I source news from across Europe to give you guys the best picture of targets, shortlists, scouting, and all the club news and transfer news to stay on top of. But United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, and ourselves are all asking information currently surrounding Mora for big reason, because once it reaches January, he turns 18, and that's when he is allowed to leave to sign for a European club, because you know that you can't sign if you're under 18 due to work permit issues. So that's the context to remember. Mora has been an exceptional talent now for many years, making his breakthrough at 15 in Mexico. He's got like how many goals now? 10 goals and 2-3 assists and 53 appearances. And I think there's one thing that I think is attracting Prem clubs even more now, and that's his physical development, because there has been that growth spurt. I have seen him put on a few more inches. I loved his performance against Ecuador. You saw how he was kind of playing through lines, adding composure, problem solving, you know, taking pressure away, the 2-footer dribbling, the drop of the shoulders, it was all there. And he became the second youngest player in World Cup history, yeah, to play knockout round football, with the record actually still being held by Pele, like nearly, 70 years ago now, which is mad. But Mora has been a problem for a very, very long time. And I think his club now realize this is the time now to sell him on. Now, recently he did sign a contract extension, but I think that was done predominantly to ensure that his transfer value remains high. Now, he does have a market value of around 10 mil euros if you go to transfer market, but this could dramatically increase, to be honest with you guys, because of the talent he has, the experience he's built up, and what he's doing at the biggest international stage. Because that performance against Ecuador looked seasoned, it looked experienced, and he was doing stuff against Caicedo, for flip's sake, that, you know, most guys can't even do, right, who are 10 years older. So yeah, man, this is definitely one I'm open to because of one thing. Long term, he would kind of fit the profile the club are hoping to sign. You know, this 8/10, someone that can carry the ball, play under pressure, play in the pockets. We never really have this type of artisan player in our team. I've always thought that Chelsea long term should. I'm starting to lose hope on Kendrick Paez, But I think Mora's shown that this is someone that could be that midfield player, playing as that like Bernardo Silva-esque guy in your team. And I think he's got great potential to do that. Now, good news is Man United are currently out the race. Arsenal are stacked. Diamond and others will be their priority. Man City, never ignore what they have. And Liverpool could be a great option as well. But I think we could kind of be a strong choice for him because, one, we have Strasbourg, which is now respected enough for young talent to be like, you know what? I can just kind of play here for a season or two before coming back. But personally, I think with special talents like Gabriel Mora, you keep them in-house. You get them used to the demands, the experience of like the elders around them. You blood them in that way. That is how you get the best out of them. You can't just rely upon some other guy or some other club doing your responsibilities for you. So yeah, I'm excited to see if more comes from these reports. I'd imagine that Club Tuana, they're going to ask for a crap ton of money, but nothing too impossible as his deal does expire in 2029. But interestingly, I give you guys a final bit of context around this story. A journalist in Mexico does believe that Mora's future is set for the Premier League, and you'll see that happen in 2027. And he's got wind that an agreement with a Prem club is basically nearly wrapped up, but he can't disclose things just yet. So yeah, that's something to watch out for because, this came from a TNT Sport report, not just anyone. In 6 months, during the winter transfer window, Gilberto Mora will take flight. He will compete. He will be a Premier League football player. I can't say which team. Today, after the match against Ecuador and the one against England, things will move forward with Gilberto Mora. The information I have is that Mora would play in the Premier League. Yeah. Let's watch the spacey man. So in the meantime, boys, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Show us some love, hit that like button, and check out Blue Lions FC and leave your feedback. I'll see you guys soon. Love.